I would go as far as to say if this was just a sitcom starring Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, I would watch it. Okay, real quick, full disclaimer, there will be a lot of spoilers in this video, so if you have not seen the episode, please go watch it first before continuing to watch this video. Also, if you guys enjoy the video and you don't mind hitting that subscribe button and leaving a thumbs up, it does mean a lot and it helps my little channel grow. I appreciate it. Okay, so first off, Wanda versus Geraldine. We got to talk about the end of this episode because that's where things really start to get interesting. The sword necklace. So we see at the end of the episode that Geraldine is kicked out of Wanda's 70s TV show that she's in. Couple of interesting things. First of all, she's thrown into the sword base. This is where Wanda's show is taking place, just within that base, and Geraldine pops up there. Curious to see where that goes. But what was really interesting about this is that we don't yet really know why Geraldine was kicked out. We've seen a couple of times that Wanda may or may not be aware of how much influence she has within her little constructed world. But we saw in this episode a really cool little, almost seemed like a glitch in the streaming where Vision is figuring out that something's off and then all of a sudden snaps back into essentially just reading his lines and says what I guess Wanda wants to hear. Each of them has a different amount of knowledge of what's happening in this TV show world that they've been transported into. Really curious now, as it seems like the show's taking a position where Vision sort of has to fight his way through this TV show to figure out what's really going on, and Wanda may or may not be just enjoying the ride. Vision has a lot of interesting scenes in this show where they do start to hint that he is becoming more aware or skeptical of what's happening, certainly with his neighbors, because they're in a totally different, they're in color now. They have a new house, fancy new house, new neighborhood, same neighbors, same exact neighbors that they had previously. Vision is starting to realize something is off when he catches his neighbor sawing through the brick wall in the yard, not really even noticing. Now we're also seeing that there's something going on with Agnes, who may not be as innocent a bystander as she seemed in the first couple episodes. I do not know anything about the comics or where they might be pulling from, so I don't know if she is someone else or who she really might be, and that's cool. I like being surprised. I like that they're hinting that even the other characters on the show know a little bit more than they're letting on. And Wanda has kids in this episode. I think it was kind of interesting that they just sped through the entire pregnancy, which is clearly some sort of nod to the fact that pregnancy arcs in sitcoms are never really that great for the quality of the show. The show is very much still in that slow burn stage, but from what I've read, it seems like there's supposed to be a pretty big payoff, which I'm excited about. I'm fine with slow burn. I love the way this show is being written so far, with little hints here and there that something is off. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that we have to wait a little bit longer, because right now, I'm enjoying how non-Marvel this show feels. This does not seem like the typical thing they would make, and it still doesn't feel that way. In fact, I would go as far as to say, if this was just a sitcom starring Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, I would watch it. I know that they're taking the show in another direction as the season progresses. I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind if this was just a sitcom. So a couple things heading into episode 4. We don't know who's behind Wanda and Vision's TV show. There's a decent chance that it could be Wanda's powers sort of having a mind of their own, because we see that a lot in this episode where she's unable to control what's happening, and that could be a little hint at the fact that perhaps she's not completely in control, even if her powers are responsible for where they are right now. We also don't know who else might be playing a role in this. We don't know if Geraldine was sent into Wanda's show to help Wanda or to keep her there. We also don't know who she was kicked out by. It seems like Wanda was behind her being, I guess, written off of the show, at least the fake show that Wanda and Vision are currently in. We don't know for a fact. It seems like perhaps she was sent in there, Wanda figured it out, and Wanda kicked her off the show because Wanda wants the show to be this perfect reality, and anyone that doesn't fit that vision, like we saw in episode 1 with the guy in the beekeeper suit, people are infiltrating this world and Wanda sends them away. There are some minor spoilers about who Geraldine really is. We're not going to get into that now because I think it might be a fun surprise, but just letting you know that it is out there. Also worth noting that towards the end of the show, they do finally leave that 4:3 aspect ratio, that standard definition, and head into a widescreen 16:9 at the end, which is a really fun way for them to differentiate between reality versus manufactured reality of the TV show that they're in. There are a lot of interesting, smart details in this show, which again, not that the MCU is not well written, but I'm not used to this level of subtlety in a Marvel show. You do really have to appreciate each episode, and eventually we will get that big payoff. I am very excited to see what that payoff is, but right now I'm honestly just enjoying the ride. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to try to keep doing these little reviews every week because I am genuinely enjoying the show and I want to talk about it with people. If you did enjoy the video, leave it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the episode if you did see it. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you again, and I'm out.